What's up, guys? I wanted to do a quick video, and y'all tell me if how y'all feel in the comments, right? All right, so you know the story that goes around that Goku is a bad father, and y'all tell me if y'all agree that he's a bad father or disagree that he's a bad father. I'm gonna say I disagree, because if you think about it, what has he really done that was bad? When he first died, he was killed by Raditz, saving Gohan and the world, right? Gohan ended up showing his hidden potential, and they end up beating Raditz or whatever, right? Then he's gone for X, Y, and Z. He's dead, and he goes on with King Kai, runs the Snake Way, all of that good stuff, right? He comes back to fight Vegeta and Nappa, puts hands on Nappa, kind of beats Vegeta if it wasn't for he wouldn't have beat Vegeta if it wasn't for Yajirobe. And then he trains, and then they have to go to Frieza, right? All right, so anywhere in between that, when has he really let Gohan down? He's been dead this entire time, and he knew what Gohan's secret ability was, and he needed them to train with somebody that he trusts, and he trusts Piccolo, even though Piccolo was a little off and he wasn't sure at first, but he knew he was going to be in good hands with Piccolo. All right, so now they got to find the Dragon Balls and go with Frieza, etc., so they go. Actually, no, they don't do the. Is that how that works? Damn, I'm messing it up now. I don't even 100% remember, and I just saw it. That's the crazy part. But whatever, I know for a fact they get on the spaceship. They go to Namek. Krillin, Bulma, and Gohan. They go to Namek, and I know it has. I forgot the original purpose, because it was so boring in filler episodes. But whatever. So they go there. We're just gonna say the Dragon Balls for right now, because I don't 100% remember. So they go there, and then they're fighting with all of Frieza's goons. Everybody getting hands on them. Vegeta getting hands put on them outside of Zarbon, and that was kind of like the last time you really saw the Zenkai boost, because nobody really got that in the Cell or the Boost series that much. Even though they was getting beat up, so they was getting beat up the whole time, but really wasn't changing. Okay, so that's neither here nor there. So then we get to Goku comes back. He saves them all again from from Raccoon, who was putting hands on everybody, and he makes light work of him. Then the Ginyu thing, and then he gets him and Ginyu switch the bodies, and then he beat up. He can't really do nothing, so he has to hide in the chamber while Vegeta fights, and they hide in the Dragon Balls, yada yada yada. Well, in the midst of that, that man came all the way there to come save Gohan. Once he got better from getting beat up from Vegeta in the monkey form, he came there and saved Gohan. And they got to say he had the sense of beings, yada yada yada. Then was getting beat up by Frieza. Then Frieza kills Krillin. He goes Super Saiyan, and then everybody thinks he dies. Which that was kind of that was a weird thing, because where I would kind of agree why he would be a bad father, because why you didn't tell nobody that you were straight? I guess technology wasn't there to let them know, possibly, but how was that true when they had a whole spaceship that sent them across the galaxy, So that one I will say is a little bit okay, maybe he's a bad father for not saying anything. But in the midst of that, he's still training to make sure he takes care of his family. So it's kind of like that situation is 50-50, because I feel like he could have said something, but whatever. So he comes back, and that's why I'm jumping all over the place. Mecha Frieza comes, Trunks comes. They mistake Trunks for Mecha Frieza. Trunks puts hands on Mecha Frieza, yada yada yada. And then Goku comes back. Goku is back the whole entire time, even when he has the heart disease, and he's riding with Gohan this entire time. He don't leave. He don't go nowhere. He training Gohan and helps him get to Super Saiyan while they're in the midst of fighting the androids and then eventually Cell. So he's there for at least a year and a half, I think. All right. So then he already knows that he can't beat Cell. So now we're at perfect form Cell at this point. We already know that they've been fighting the androids. Cell in the drawer 17 and 18 at this point. And then Goku is fighting Cell. Goku says, okay, Gohan, it's on you, because I know I can't beat him, which I feel like he possibly could have beat him. But Goku with this super, I want to save, I want everything to be fair and not just take a sense of being and wipe him out like he should have did. He lets Gohan go, and Gohan is getting his ass whipped the entire time. And then Goku and everybody's like, Piccolo's like, man, why you just gonna leave your son out there? But Goku's like, I know he has his hidden ability, which I kind of get, because it's like, yeah, if I don't know, I just became a dad, so I don't know if I necessarily let my son go out there and get his ass whooped by this monster machine. We're gonna put hands on him together personally. But you know, Goku knows something I don't know, and it's TV, it's not real. But whatever. And then Gohan finally breaks through after he sees 16 getting killed. His head stepped on, which is way more than just getting killed. And then he unlocks Super Saiyan 2, and then he does the same thing his father do. And I know how strong I am, man. I'm giving you a chance to run away. That BS. I don't know where they get this from when this man was clearly destroying the entire world the whole time. You magically think this man is just gonna listen to what you're saying, like the Naruto syndrome. But okay, you know, whatever. And then Cell decides to blow himself up. So instead of letting the world blow up, Goku sacrificed himself to save his own son this time again, and blows the world up. So then after that, after he blows up, they beat Cell. Gohan beats Cell. We get to the point where I'm sorry, hold up, my GPS fell over. We get to the point where they're fighting, where he already beat Cell, yada yada yada, and he was about to revive Goku, and Goku was like, nah, I don't want to be revived, let me stay here, train with King Kai, yada yada yada. All right. And in the midst of that, he's learning Super Saiyan 3. Gohan is going up, and actually, even crazier part is in the midst of all that, Goku was getting his freak on with Chi-Chi, which I thought was funny. He didn't even know that he had a whole nother son on the way, which is odd, because I would assume, what this is kind of bad, fathers, because I would have assumed he would have kind of like looked and checked on him from time to time, especially since King Kai got that ability to be able to connect with them and talk to him. So that one, okay, that's one point. But so far he's up 4-2 and being in the right category of being a good father. So he's 42, and as a dad, of course, we all make mistakes. We ain't perfect. But in the midst of being a good dad, he saved the world. So 2. So he got to get an extra 2. So he up 6-2 for that. All right. So then Boo comes. He gets a day back. He spends the entire day with his family, and he finds out he has a son. And Goten is super excited. Yada yada. And then Babidi starts doing the mind control on everybody. They mess up the whole world tournament. Vegeta loses his mind. But before that, hold on, my favorite part was Vegeta was like, man, at Gohan, he was like, bro, you was the strongest cat in the world, and now you the sorriest dude in the world? How is that even possible, bro? Like, Vegeta was like, bro, how you not training out here in these streets, bro? Just in case something do go down. So I thought that was funny. But back to the story. So they fighting Boo. They didn't already wipe out all the Babidi stuff. They get to Kid Boo, and again, before we get to Kid Boo, we still have Super Boo, and Gohan, thinking he missed the get bad, putting hands on Super Boo at first, thinking it's sweet, right? And then Super Boo absorbs Gotenks, and he gets hands put on him. So it's like, bro, you was doing all of that, your dad couldn't save you, and the possibilities are hoping for yous, and then you get absorbed, right? So your dad got to come save you with Vegito, and Vegito really could have which I wish they would have. I mean, actually, I don't wish they would have did that, because I probably would have ruined the story. But Vegito could have really just wiped out Buhan. He could have just wiped out Buhan like it was nothing, but he wanted to come save them out of the pods, which he really didn't have to do, because they was gonna get the Dragon Balls and revive them, so it really didn't matter. As long as you had Dende, once you revived them, it didn't matter that you got them up out of the pods. So that's whatever. You got them out of the pods, and then Kid Buu blows up the world any damn way, and they have to go to the Kaz planet where they fighting. Mind you, Goku is the one that orchestrated all of this stuff. So without Goku saving his son again, everybody be messed up. So that's another point for him being a good father. And it's really, we want to be real, it's Vegeta's fault, because he just want to fight so damn bad. They could have just easily ended this. And a lot of that stuff with the writing was kind of like, well, especially like when, what was it? When the dark side of Buu came out, I thought that was kind of corny, and he was like black and ate Majin Buu. That was whack to me, but I loved it nonetheless. It was one of them things like, I don't know, but I'm just gonna accept this for what it is. So okay, all right. So they kill Kid Buu thanks to Goku using the Spirit Bomb. Right now we get to Super. Now I feel like Super was where they start to ride with Goku kind of being a deadbeat at this point. But Gohan is also older, so he don't really need his dad. It would be more Goten than anything. But Goku, as Super first started, Goku was there a lot, but he also spent a lot of time away. So you can kind of look at it in both ways. Like, okay, maybe if I don't train, right, maybe this threat will come around, and then the world will be in peril, which just so happens to happen because this is Dragon Ball Z Super Ball superheroes. If you watch the short film, we just know that that's what's gonna happen. Somebody coming. So it's like a 50-50 thing with him being a bad parent, because it was like he was there and he wasn't training in the beginning, and somebody came and tried. Damn, bug just came, and it was like a big one right on the one shit, whatever. So the bug made me forget what I was saying. It was so big, it just splattered all over the windshield. Look. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah. So when them robbers came, they shot him, and he didn't really get shot. It was like a braze or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, I gotta get back. I gotta get back in the lab," right? So that's like a good point, right? So like if something did go down and I'm not ready, then what? And then something went down. Beerus came, so he wasn't really in the lab, and he needed to be in the lab when he needed to be in the lab. And he trains with Beerus, trains with Whis, gets right, and then all these problems start to happen back to back. The first their own little tournament of power that they did with Champa and Beerus, Goku Black, Frieza, Golden Frieza, etc. So they wouldn't, if Goku wouldn't have trained, they wouldn't have been able to beat Golden Frieza at all. And I don't like how I didn't like the anime versus the movie. So if you guys seen, I got Jiren on my back. That's my favorite guy, right? But the anime was Goku was like super close in like ability with Golden Frieza, but in the movie he was putting hands on Golden Frieza the whole time. I rather that personally, because I thought that seemed a little bit more realistic, but I'm not. I don't know why they changed. Even with the manga, they changed a lot of that stuff in. So it's whatever. I guess it's budget purposes. I don't know. It was good. I'm not saying that it was bad, but I would have preferred they would have kept that same energy going, if you get what I'm saying. But nonetheless, it was another bad guy they had to ride on. All right, so he needed to train, but he also did spend half the time there, half the time with Whis. So he's still being a good dad and still being like on his P's and Q's just in case he had to fight. Because at a certain point, they can't teach themselves anymore. You got to have a teacher. That's with anything in life. You know, eventually you're going to get stagnant, going to have to learn from somebody else, or, you know, eventually figure it out like Frieza did. Frieza figured it out and became way stronger than them. So we get to, I don't want to spoil, but yeah, that movie came out, so whatever. The new movie that came out, I haven't watched it, but I read the manga, and at this point Gohan is older, so I'm assuming Gohan, if Goten is like 15, so that would have been like a 10-year gap. Gohan would have to be in his mid-30s, right, at this point. Goku in his 50s, and they're already fighting Frieza Black if you read the manga. And they're doing that movie in the manga too. So I haven't watched the movie, but I read the manga. So Goku and Vegeta are training again with Broly in the other world, not other world, but with in Beerus's world, so they can get right to fight Frieza Black and whatever possible threat that may come. So that's where we are now, and I would say that he's a good dad because of those reasons. Because he's always on his toes. If it's not for him or Vegeta, the world is going to be over with anyway. So I think, excuse me. So I think, in my opinion, Goku is a great dad. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments if Goku's a good or bad dad. I'm going to say great dad. No, not great. Great is too much. I'm going to say a good dad. Because I don't think there's no such thing as a perfect or a great dad, because we all gonna make mistakes. Trust me. I'm just now getting a dad, and it ain't easy. All right, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.